Hello, friend. How are you? Welcome back to USA Digital OLD Coin, where old coins can reveal hidden treasures. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the Monticello 5-cent Jefferson Nickel, exploring its iconic design, history, rarity, unusual colors and shades, and the hidden details that collectors and investors look for. In this video, we'll take a closer look at three interesting Monticello nickels: the 1998 P, 1999 P, and 2003 P, and discuss what makes these coins worth examining. Some coins may look ordinary, worn, dirty, or damaged, but certain rare varieties, minting errors, unusual conditions, and collectible features can make a coin much more desirable to collectors. So before you spend that old nickel or throw it into a drawer, stick around until the end, because you might be holding a coin with a fascinating story or a valuable collector's treasure. And remember, not every old coin is worth thousands or millions of dollars. The real value depends on factors such as rarity, condition, mint errors, variety, demand, and verified auction records. So, let's begin with our first coin, the 1998 P Monticello 5-cent Jefferson Nickel. Frisk Coin, welcome back to USA Digital OLD Coin, where ordinary American coins can hide fascinating history and surprising collector stories. Today, we are taking a close look at the 1998 P Monticello 5-cent Jefferson Nickel. This small 5-cent coin may look like nothing more than old pocket change, especially when it is dirty, worn, dark, or scratched. But before you spend it, take a closer look. The date, the P mint mark, the condition, the surfaces, and any unusual minting characteristics can all help determine whether your coin deserves attention from collectors. The 1998 P Jefferson Nickel was made for the United States 5-cent denomination, and the P mint mark identifies the Philadelphia Mint. On the front is the famous portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse features Monticello, his historic home. This design has been part of American coinage for generations. When you hold this coin, you're not just holding 5 cents. You are holding a small piece of the history of American money. But first, let's clear up something very important. You may hear this coin described as a silver nickel, especially if it has a bright silver-colored appearance. A normal 1998 P Jefferson Nickel is not one of the famous World War II silver alloy nickels. Those special silver-containing Jefferson nickels came from an earlier period. A 1998 P nickel can look silvery because of its normal metallic appearance, lighting, wear, or changes caused by storage in the environment. So a silver-looking surface does not automatically mean that the coin contains precious silver. Now comes the big question: what is a 1998 P Jefferson Nickel worth today? For an ordinary circulated example, the value is generally modest and close to its 5-cent face value. The 1998 P date and P mint mark alone do not make every coin worth thousands or millions. However, a particular example can become more interesting if it has exceptional preservation, a recognized variety, or a genuine mint error. That is why collectors inspect the individual coin rather than simply looking at the year. Imagine two 1998 P nickels placed side by side. One has spent years in circulation and has scratches, worn details, and damaged surfaces. The other was carefully preserved and still has sharp details and attractive original surfaces. They may have the exact same date and mint mark, but collectors can view them very differently. Condition matters, especially when a coin reaches unusually high grades. Look closely at Jefferson's portrait. Examine his hair, face, clothing, date, and lettering. Then turn the coin over and study Monticello. Look at the windows, columns, steps, and other details. Heavy circulation gradually wears away these features. A coin with strong detail and minimal marks can attract more collector interest than a heavily worn example. If your coin is dirty, do not clean it. Never polish, scrub, scratch, or use chemicals on a potentially collectible coin. Cleaning can permanently change the original surface and may reduce its desirability. A dirty-looking coin can still be worth examining exactly as it is. Another important possibility is a genuine mint error. A mint error happens during production at the mint. This is different from damage that happens later. A scratch, dent, discoloration, or chemical reaction does not automatically make a coin a valuable error. When examining your 1998 P nickel, Look carefully at the date, lettering, portrait, reverse, edge, and overall shape. If something appears unusually struck, positioned, doubled, or missing, it may deserve further investigation. But don't assume that every unusual mark is valuable. Machine doubling, die wear, scratches, dents, and environmental damage can look strange under magnification. The most important question is, why does the coin look unusual? If the feature was created during the minting process, it may be significant. If it happened afterward, it may simply be damage. The Jefferson Nickel itself has a fascinating American history. The design began in 1938 and replaced the Buffalo nickel. Thomas Jefferson was placed on the obverse, while Monticello became the central image on the reverse. Monticello represents Jefferson's historic Virginia home and gives the coin a connection to American architecture, history, and national heritage. The 1998 P nickel belongs to the modern era of the series, so the date by itself should not be treated as proof of extreme rarity. Remember this important rule. Old does not always mean rare, and a strange-looking coin does not automatically mean valuable. Rarity comes from scarcity, condition varieties, errors, and collector demand. Now let's talk about those shocking claims that a 1998 P nickel could be worth millions of dollars. A normal 1998 P Jefferson nickel should not be presented as a guaranteed million-dollar coin. An extraordinary price will require an extraordinary coin and strong evidence. If a particular example had a major authenticated error, an exceptional condition, or another extremely desirable characteristic, its value could be much higher than face value. But the actual price must come from the individual coin and the collector market. So if someone tells you your 1998 P nickel is worth $1 million, don't rush to sell it. Ask why. What is the exact error or variety? Has the coin been authenticated? What grade is it? Are there comparable sales? Is the unusual feature actually from a mint? These questions are much more important than a dramatic number in a video title. The American government produced the Jefferson nickel as everyday currency, and its face value is 5 cents. Collector value is different. A coin can become more valuable because collectors want a particular rarity, condition, variety, or error. That is why two coins with the same denomination can have completely different market values. If you believe your 1998 P nickel is unusually valuable, protect it. Don't clean it. Don't scratch it. Don't try to chemically test it. Take clear photographs and consider having it examined by a qualified coin expert or professional grading service if the potential value is significant. So, what should you look for today? Check the 1998 date. Check the P mint mark. Examine Jefferson's portrait. Study Monticello. Inspect the surfaces and edge. Look for genuine minting abnormalities. Compare your coin with a normal example. Most importantly, don't let an exciting headline replace careful identification. The real treasure in coin collecting is discovery. Maybe your 1998 P nickel is an ordinary 5-cent coin. Maybe it is in unusually excellent condition. Maybe it has a recognized variety. Maybe it has a genuine mint error. You cannot know simply from the date. You have to examine the coin. So before you spend that old 1998 P Jefferson nickel, stop for a moment and look closely. 5 cents may be printed into its denomination, but its story can be much bigger. Learn the design, understand the mint mark, protect the surface, and verify unusual features before believing huge value claims. This is USA Digital OLD Coin, bringing you fascinating American coin history and the details every collector should know. Keep searching, keep learning, and never clean a potentially collectible coin. Your next discovery may be ordinary, interesting, or genuinely special, but the only way to find out is to look carefully. Thanks for watching USA Digital OLD Coin. Keep your eyes open, protect your coins, and remember, don't believe the price until you verify the coin. Next up, welcome back to USA Digital OLD Coin, where ordinary American coins can hide fascinating history, unusual details, and surprising collector stories. Today, we are taking a close look at the 1999 P. Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel. It may look like a simple piece of pocket change, especially if it is dirty, worn, scratched, dark, or discolored, but don't judge this coin too quickly. The date, the P mint mark, condition, surfaces, design details, and possible minting abnormalities can all make a difference when collectors examine an individual coin. So before you spend that old 1999 P. Jefferson nickel, stay with me, because we're going to explore its history and explain what this coin can realistically be worth in today's market. Let's start with the identity of the coin. The 1999 P. Jefferson Nickel is a United States 5-cent coin produced at the Philadelphia Mint. The letter P is the mint mark that identifies Philadelphia production. On the obverse is a famous portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse shows Monticello, Jefferson's historic home. This familiar design has been part of American coinage for generations, making the Jefferson Nickel one of the most recognizable 5-cent coins in the United States. But there is an important point we need to make clear right away. You may see a 1999 P nickel described as a silver coin, especially if the surface looks bright gray or silver colored. A normal 1999 P Jefferson nickel is not one of the special silver alloy Jefferson nickels from the World War II era. Those famous silver-containing nickels belong to an earlier period. A 1999 P nickel can naturally have a silvery appearance because of its metallic surface, lighting, circulation, or storage conditions. A silver-looking color does not prove that the coin contains precious silver. This is why you should never decide a coin's composition simply by looking at its color. A nickel can appear bright, dark, gray, golden, reddish, or differently toned depending on its environment. Some changes are natural, while others can result from chemicals or damage. An unusual color may deserve attention, but color alone does not make a coin rare. Now, let's answer the question everyone wants to know. What is the 1999 P. Jefferson nickel worth today? For an ordinary circulated example, the realistic value is generally close to its 5-cent face value, although better preserved examples can have collector interest. The 1999 date and P mint mark alone do not automatically make the coin worth thousands or millions of dollars. Higher values are possible for individual coins with exceptional condition, recognized varieties, or genuine mint errors. Imagine two 1999 P nickels sitting side by side. Both have the same date and P mint mark. One has been heavily circulated for years, with scratches, worn details, and damaged surfaces. The other may have been protected shortly after production and still have sharp details, attractive surfaces, and very little evidence of circulation. To a collector, these coins can be very different. Condition matters, especially when a coin is preserved at an unusually high level. Look closely at Jefferson's portrait. Examine his hair, face, clothing, date, and lettering. Then turn the coin over and study Monticello. Look at the windows, columns, steps, and surrounding inscriptions. Heavy circulation gradually wears away these details. A well-preserved coin can retain much stronger definition and may attract greater collector interest. If your 1999 P nickel is dirty, do not clean it. This is one of the most important rules in coin collecting. Don't polish it, scrub it, scratch it, or use household chemicals. Cleaning can permanently change the coin's original surface and can actually reduce its desirability. A dirty coin may still contain important original surfaces that a collector wants to see. Preserve it before you investigate it. Another reason to examine this coin carefully is the possibility of a genuine mint error. A mint error happens during production of a coin. That is very different from damage that happens after the coin enters circulation. A scratch, dent, discoloration, bent edge, or chemical reaction does not automatically make a coin a valuable error. The unusual feature must be connected to the minting process. When examining your 1999 P. Jefferson nickel, look carefully at the date, lettering, portrait, reverse design, edge, and overall shape. If something looks unusually struck, positioned, doubled, distorted, or missing, it may deserve further investigation. But be careful because many normal characteristics can look dramatic under magnification. Machine doubling, die wear, scratches, dents, and environmental damage can sometimes be mistaken for valuable mint errors. The important question is not simply, does my coin look strange? The important question is, why does it look strange? If the feature was created during production, it could potentially be a genuine error or variety. If it happened after the coin left the mint, it may simply be damage. Learning this difference is one of the most valuable skills a coin collector can develop. Now, let's look at the history behind the Jefferson Nickel. The Jefferson Nickel design was introduced in 1938 and replaced the Buffalo nickel. Thomas Jefferson was selected for the front, while Monticello became the central image on the reverse. This design connected American money with political history, architecture, and national heritage. Millions of Americans have carried Jefferson nickels in their pockets for decades, often without realizing how much history is represented on such a small coin. Monticello is especially important because it represents Jefferson's historic home in Virginia. Its image became one of the most recognizable reverse designs in American coinage. When you turn over a Jefferson nickel, you are looking at a small representation of an important piece of American history. The 1999 P nickel belongs to the modern period of the Jefferson Nickel series. Because many examples exist, the date itself should not be treated as proof of extreme rarity. Remember this rule: old does not automatically mean rare, and unusual looking does not automatically mean valuable. A coin's true collectible value depends on rarity, condition, varieties, errors, preservation, and market demand. Now let's address the shocking claims that a 1999 P nickel can be worth millions of dollars or make someone rich overnight. These claims should be treated very carefully. A normal 1999 P Jefferson nickel is not automatically a $1 million coin. An extraordinary price will require an extraordinary coin and strong evidence. If an individual example had a major authenticated mint error, exceptional grade, or another highly desirable characteristic, it could receive significant collector attention, but the actual value would need to be established by the coin's specific characteristics and the market. So if someone tells you that your 1999 P nickel is worth $1 million, don't rush to sell it. Ask why. What exact feature creates the value? Is it a genuine mint error? Is it a recognized variety? What grade is the coin? Has it been professionally authenticated? Are there comparable sales? These questions are much more important than a dramatic number in a video title. The United States government produced this coin for everyday commerce, and its face value is 5 cents. Collector value is different. A collector may pay more than 5 cents for a particular coin because of condition, rarity, variety, or a genuine mint error. That is how the collectible market works. If you believe your 1999 P nickel is exceptional, professional examination may be worthwhile. A qualified numismatist or grading service can help determine whether an unusual feature is genuine and evaluate the coin's condition. This is especially important if you believe the coin could be worth a significant amount of money. And remember the word silver. If your 1999 P nickel looks silver, don't scratch it, cut it, burn it, or use chemicals to test it. Those actions can damage the coin. If you genuinely suspect an unusual composition, professional testing is much safer. So what should you do if you find a 1999 P Jefferson Nickel today? First, confirm the 1999 date. Next, find the P mint mark. Examine Jefferson's portrait and the Monticello reverse. Look closely at the surfaces, lettering, edge, and overall shape. If you find something that appears genuinely unusual, don't clean or alter the coin. Protect it and have it properly examined. Most 1999 P nickels are not $1 million coins, but that does not make them uninteresting. The real excitement of collecting comes from finding the unusual example and understanding exactly what makes it different. Maybe your coin is simply a normal circulated nickel. Maybe it has excellent preservation. Maybe it has an unusual variety. Maybe it has a genuine minting error. The only responsible way to know is to examine and verify it. So before you spend that old 1999 P Jefferson Nickel, take a second look. 5 cents is a face value, but the story behind the coin can be much bigger. Learn the mint mark. Study the design, protect the surface, and verify any unusual characteristics before believing a huge price claim. This is USA Digital OLD Coin, bringing you the fascinating world of American coins, Jefferson nickels, mint marks, varieties, errors, and coin history. Keep searching, keep learning, and never clean a potentially collectible coin. Remember, a coin does not become valuable because someone puts a shocking price on a screen. Rarity needs evidence. Errors need authentication. Condition needs evaluation, and market value needs real collector demand. Thanks for watching USA Digital OLD Coin. If you have a 1999 P. Jefferson Nickel, look at it carefully before you spend it. Most examples may be ordinary, but every coin has a story, and the search for something unusual is what makes collecting so exciting. Keep your coins safe, keep your eyes open, and remember, the smallest piece of American money can sometimes lead to the biggest discovery. Next up, welcome back to USA Digital OLD Coin, where ordinary pocket change can reveal fascinating American history and surprising collector stories. Today, we are taking a close look at the 2003 P. Monticello 5-cent Jefferson Nickel. At first glance, this coin may look completely ordinary, especially if it is dirty, worn, scratched, dark, or discolored. But before you spend it, take a second look. The date, P mint mark, condition, surfaces, design details, and any genuine minting abnormalities can all affect how collectors view an individual coin. The 2003 P. Jefferson Nickel is a United States 5-cent coin produced at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the small P mint mark. The front carries a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's historic home. The Jefferson Nickel design has been part of American coinage for generations, making this small coin an interesting combination of everyday money, American history, and classic coin design. But there is one important fact you should know before believing any shocking claim about this coin. A normal 2003 P. Jefferson Nickel is not a silver coin simply because it has a silver-colored appearance. The famous silver alloy Jefferson Nickels were produced during the World War II era, many years before 2003. A normal 2003 P. nickel can naturally look gray or silvery because of its metal surface, lighting, wear, storage, or environmental exposure. Looking silver does not prove that the coin contains precious silver. Now let's talk about the question every collector wants answered. What is the 2003 P. Jefferson Nickel worth today? An ordinary circulated example is generally worth around its 5-cent face value. The date and P mint mark alone do not make it $1 million coin. However, an individual example can attract more collector interest if it is exceptionally well preserved, has a recognized variety, or contains a genuine mint error. That is why the actual condition and characteristics of your specific coin are much more important than simply seeing 2003 P. Look at two 2003 P nickels side by side. One may have spent years in circulation, covered with scratches and showing worn details. The other may have been protected shortly after production, retaining sharp details and attractive original surfaces. Both coins have the same date and mint mark, but collectors may value them differently. This is why condition matters. Examine Jefferson's portrait carefully. Look at his hair, face, clothing, the date, and lettering. Then turn the coin over and study Monticello. Pay attention to the windows, columns, steps, roofline, and surrounding inscriptions. Stronger details and better preserved surfaces can make a coin more desirable than a heavily worn example. If your coin is dirty, do not clean it. Never polish, scrub, scratch, or use chemicals on a potentially collectible coin. Cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce collector appeal. A dirty coin may still have original surfaces that are important for evaluation. Leave it untouched until you know exactly what you have. Another thing to investigate is the possibility of a genuine mint error. A mint error happens during the manufacturing process, while post-mint damage happens after the coin enters circulation. A scratch, dent, chemical stain, or bent coin is not automatically a valuable error. Collectors want evidence that the unusual characteristic was created during production. Look carefully at the date, lettering, portrait, reverse design, edge, and overall shape. If something appears unusually struck, misplaced, doubled, missing, or distorted, it may deserve closer examination. But don't assume every strange mark is rare. Machine doubling, die wear, scratches, dents, corrosion, and environmental damage can all create confusing appearances. The key question is simple. Why does a coin look unusual? If the feature originated at the mint, it could potentially be a genuine error or variety. If it happened after production, it may simply be damage. Understanding this difference is one of the most important skills for a serious collector. The history behind the Jefferson Nickel makes the coin even more fascinating. The Jefferson Nickel design was introduced in 1938 and replaced the Buffalo nickel. Thomas Jefferson was placed on the obverse, while Monticello became the central image on the reverse. Monticello represents Jefferson's historic home in Virginia and connects everyday American money with the country's architectural and political history. Now, let's address the dramatic claim that a 2003 P. Jefferson Nickel could be worth millions of dollars. A normal 2003 P. nickel should not be described as a guaranteed million-dollar coin. Extraordinary prices require extraordinary coins and strong evidence. If an individual coin has a major authenticated mint error, an exceptionally rare variety, or extraordinary preservation, it may attract much greater collector interest, but the actual value must be determined from the individual coin and the market, not from a shocking headline. So if someone tells you this 2003 P. nickel is worth millions, ask what makes it special. Is there a genuine mint error? Is there a recognized variety? What is the grade? Has it been authenticated? Are there comparable examples? Never rely on a huge price claim without evidence. The American government produces coin as everyday currency with a face value of 5 cents. Its collector value can become higher when an individual example has rarity, excellent condition, an unusual variety, or an authentic mint error. That is how the collectible market works. If you believe your 2003 P. nickel is unusual, protect it and consider having it examined by a qualified numismatist or professional grading service. Do not scratch, cut, polish, or chemically test it. Professional evaluation is much safer if you believe the coin could have significant value. So, what should you do when you find a 2003 P. Jefferson Nickel? Check the 2003 date, confirm the P. mint mark, examine both sides, study the surfaces, and inspect the edge. If you find something genuinely unusual, preserve the coin and investigate before selling. Most 2003 P. nickels are ordinary 5-cent coins, but that doesn't make them boring. The excitement of coin collecting comes from searching. Thanks for watching USA Digital OLD Coin. Keep your eyes open, protect your coins, and always verify before you sell. Your next discovery may be ordinary, interesting, or genuinely special, but the only way to know is to look closely. See you in the next video.